interview with Radio-Canada, former Justice Minister Marc Bellemare claims he was a victim of influence peddling by Liberal Party fundraisers, and he says the Premier, Jean Charest, was aware of what was going on and did nothing to stop it. So let's listen in live as the Premier comments.
Pertaining, amongst other things, to the whole process of judicial appointments. However, Mr. Bellemare, when he was Minister of Justice, used to say, and I quote, political belonging does not come into account, by speaking, of course, of the appointments of judges. That's what he said when he was the Quebec Minister of Justice. In addition, never funding considerations for our party have influenced in any way, shape, or form the legislative agenda of this government. There is the Liberal Party of Quebec, and there's the government for all Quebecers. The government flows from the Liberal Party of Quebec. It reflects its values, its ideas, but the government is not the instrument of same. Once a political party is elected, it has the responsibility of representing each and every citizen. The funding of the Liberal Party of Quebec is done respecting rules. There are thousands of volunteers in all areas of the province that share the very same convictions. If there are unusual situations that might occur, they are immediately corrected. The roots of the Liberal Party of Quebec go into our democracy, and the party respects the rules. The utterances by Marc Bellemare are hurtful for all the supporters of the Liberal Party of Quebec and of citizens who have accepted to actively participate in the democratic life. Marc Bellemare says that he has things to say when he has refused to speak to the Chief Electoral Officer. Marc Bellemare says that he's speaking in the name of the integrity of our institutions when he is immediately questioning the very integrity of the electoral officer, who is appointed by 2/3 votes of the members of the National Assembly of Quebec. Marc Bellemare fought for the appointment process of the judiciary and said that it was done above partisanship, whereas today he's tried to convince us of the opposite. I cannot accept that my reputation be besmirched in this manner. I cannot accept either that a former Minister of Justice cast doubt on the integrity of the process for appointing judges. If the freedom of expression includes the right to express oneself, it also includes, equally, the responsibilities that flow from that right. As I said yesterday, I will be notifying Marc Bellemare, asking that he retract the utterances that he made directed to me. Even more so, I am announcing here today that I'm going to be recommending to the Cabinet tomorrow that a public inquiry be held pertaining to the allegations made by Marc Bellemare with respect to the appointment process of members of the judiciary. As Premier of Quebec, such an inquiry, to my mind, is necessary to eliminate all doubt cast on the whole process of appointing judges. Pertaining to other assertions made by Marc Bellemare with respect to the funding of the Liberal Party of Quebec, I repeat that no citizen of Quebec is above the law. Each citizen has the duty to respect our institutions, and first and foremost, the one who was for over a year Minister of Justice, who must, he himself, take these responsibilities and duties and meet with the electoral officer without further ado, and tell the Chief Electoral Officer what he has to say so that the former be able to do his duties as appointed by the National Assembly of Quebec. So there you have it. Question, you're announcing today that there will be a public inquiry as to the allegations directly affecting the judiciary, as I understand it. What format will this take? Have you already have an idea of how it will be done? Will it be even with the construction sector? It will be on the process for appointing justice. It's a former Minister of Justice that is putting into doubt the whole process for appointing judges. It has a reflection on the credibility of the judiciary in Quebec, and because there's a direct link, there will be a public inquiry on this. We will be appointing an individual who will conduct the inquiry pursuant to laws already in existence in the manner in which he or she will deem it appropriate. So it's on that issue that the investigation will occur. Question, it's not your intention to convene Mr. Bellemare to a parliamentary commission as is demanded by the opposition party? The mere notice you are giving him feel will shake him up enough? Answer, well, my first concern is to ensure that we maintain the integrity of the judicial system in Quebec. That's my first concern. And a public inquiry in such circumstances seems to be the appropriate way. It's much more orderly. It will be done with stringency so that each individual be heard and that we reach the right conclusions. Question. Greetings, Premier Charest. I'm tempted to ask you, what did you do to Marc Bellemare for his now attacking you and attacking your integrity? Answer, that's a good question. The question might be asked to him within this inquiry. Question, but you don't have an answer to this? Answer, I don't have an answer to what Mr. Bellemare is doing at the moment. If you ask me whether or not I understand what he's doing, no, I don't understand it. Question, did you think, you're speaking about an inquiry within the internal workings of the Liberal Party of Quebec, because that's what he's questioning. Why not have the inquiry in the party? Well, firstly, because the Liberal Party of Quebec abides by rules. We carry out funding and fundraisers. We do it according to rules, and instructions given are given in the light of respecting laws and the Electoral Act. Our practice here is to respect the law. Now, the Liberal Party of Quebec is a party with thousands of volunteers. If there are situations that occur where there are anomalies, we'll correct them. I'll give you an example. There was a reporting, an unfortunate reporting. One of the TV stations said that we were getting money when it was the party itself that each and every year, given the contributions that we do get, very stringently we check out to see whether or not some might have given too much, and when they have given too much, we correct it. So there's a situation where very rigorously we monitor this. So when we do things correctly, there's no reason to question what we're doing. Premier Charest, Mr. Bellemare, as he stated in the interview he gave to TVA, did he get in touch with you about conversations or events that occurred where there was pressure exerted for him to appoint individuals? Did he speak to you about it? He seems to assert that he spoke to you about it. He said, Mr. Charest told me that's the way it's done. Answer, no. The answer is no. No, Mr. Bellemare is asserting this. I'd like to hear him onto these assertions because the answer is no. Question, did he meet with you to express his concern as to the process of appointing judges? Answer, no. You never spoke to him? No. These meetings never took place? Well, listen, ask Mr. Bellemare from whence these assertions come. The statement I make is that it's the complete opposite of what he stated yesterday. He stated in January 2004 that there was no political partisanship taken into account in appointing a judge. He stated the opposite. So here I am confronted with the same information you have. He said one thing yesterday, and he said exactly the opposite when he was Minister of Justice. Question, but he said that he spoke to you about it. He expressed his concern. Answer, I can just give you the answer I'm giving you now. He's asserting it. I'm saying it's false. Amongst the judges that were appointed under Mr. Bellemare's aegis, do some have very close relationships with your party? Well, I don't want to go into the whole inventory of that, really. I don't want to put these individuals in a position where one begins to question their integrity when this is not the case at all. There's only one individual who's asking questions, perhaps not on the integrity, but on the nomination process. I can tell you that the nominating process for judges is well known in Quebec. For that matter, it has a terrific reputation. For a good deal of years now, we have a committee that has been set up with an individual appointed by the Chief Justice, a representative of the bar, a citizen. They draw up lists after interviews, and then the government appoints. We appoint individuals who are qualified. We appoint people who will serve the justice. Therein lies our interest. And that's the sense that we have in mind when we appoint them. Question